My name is Kenn Renner, real estate broker from Austin, Texas, where Keller Williams began. And I'd like to have my panel go ahead and introduce themselves. And we have Adam, go ahead.
I'm Adam Hergenrother from Colchester, Vermont. And it's actually it's warmer in Vermont right now than it is in Florida, which is very interesting. Hey, you're welcome. Last year we did about $36 million in sales. This is my 5th year in real estate, and we use a lot of video to leverage ourselves, leverage our sellers, our buyers, and to really just to do anything that we can to create a system with video. And I'm sure we'll share a lot of that today.
Good morning. My name is Seychelle Van Poole, and I am from Dallas, Texas. And I have a team based out of Dallas. We are really excited, and thank you all so much for getting up early this morning. I know it's a nice and early panel. We all feel you over here too. But we use video a lot for getting referrals. We did about $25 million last year. Our business is solely based on referrals and on social media, so we use a lot of video to help cultivate those relationships and to get that follow-up.
My name is Kevin Kaufmann from Phoenix, Arizona. Last year was our 4th year. My team trainings group 4610. We did about 190 transactions, just around 30 million in volume, because our average sales price is awesome in Phoenix. We've actually been using videos for almost 2.5 years now. So it started out as something for agents that we were doing on a video blog called Short Sale Power Hour, which some of you are aware of, and some people who I wish weren't aware of are aware of. And we've then also just launched it right into using it for sellers, for leads, and a multiple number of other things that we're using for inside of our business, actually for our own team members. So I'm excited to share a lot of that with you guys today.
Thanks, Shelly. My name is Kenn Renner, real estate broker from Austin, Texas, and I've closed over $100 million in the last 5 years. And I have the #1 real estate video channel in the nation with a YouTube channel with 8 million views. And the idea there is to be able to SEO and be able to rank everywhere where I want to be. So this is going to be a great panel. We've got about an hour and 15 minutes, and we're going to just dive right into it, and we might be able to answer some questions towards the end. And we'll just start with Adam. We're going to work our way down to ask you, Adam, briefly describe how you incorporate video into your lead generation efforts.
The best way we incorporated video was about just under 2 years ago. I was on my 4th listing presentation today, and I was going out to the home, and literally the sellers up there decided to tell me how wonderful their green grass was, how awesome their extra durable nails were in the property. And literally after that point, I said, if I have to go out to another home and do another listing presentation, I'm going to quit real estate because this is crazy. So at that point in time, I figured there had to be another way to leverage myself in order to grow the business that we wanted to go. So what I did is, over the time, when the student's there, the teacher always arrives. So I always started just looking for another option. And then I started getting familiar with video, and what I did is I actually shot a video of me doing our marketing presentation. And so now every single seller comes into my office, and now they watch it. Basically, they come into our office, and as they come into the office, our client care manager goes out there, meets them at the door, sits them in the room, and then they actually watch a video of me doing the marketing presentation. And it's great. Clients love it too. It's because it's succinct. It's all the information there. I mean, you guys have been there. How many times have you done a listing presentation or buyer presentation, and you've done 2 or 3 or 4 in a day, and your energy's not there, and maybe you miss a few steps, or if you have a really good referral and you're like, I don't need to do my presentation, it's always really important to continue to do it. So this always forces the system to make sure that your clients are seeing exactly what you do in real estate. So we've incorporated, since then, we've incorporated pretty much every single thing in video to leverage yourself out. I stole recycled. One of the things that Seychelle did was a pre-listing video through Animoto, and it's basically like 2 minutes long, and it just highlights all the pieces with some really good thunderous music in the background, because clients love that too. And it just highlights some of the things your team does. So we send that out along with when you send directions to our office, and so they get that. And how many, if you're competing with an agency, how many times is the other agent sending them a video? Or a personal video message if you just want to send one of those, which you've done before. So you got to start thinking differently, separating yourself out, and how to utilize the technology that's out there. Because what happens is when a call comes into our team, I really don't see the client until after they've been hit and touched by our client, by our video sources 3 or 4 times, and they've watched our video. So at this point in time, you're literally like a little celebrity to them. So when you walk in, it's like when you go to the doctor's office and you see 3 or 4 nurses. You know, when the doctor comes in, you stand right up, you sit, and you're ready for the diagnosis, right? It's the same way. You just got to make sure we're treating that way as a business and utilizing technology as much as we can through video, because that's really where everything is going.
Yeah, Adam, it was really funny. I called his office and I got his secretary. She was very nice, and then he called me back and he said, "Hey, we'll just put her. When you call back, have her go get me and pull me out of my meeting or whatever it is." Well, we never connected. But what happened was I watched his videos. I got to know him. I watched his Wednesday morning coffee, which is a video that he does, I guess, every Wednesday morning, right? And I got to actually know him, and when I met him, it was like, I already know you, and that's the whole power of video. Seychelle, tell me what you're doing in your lead generation efforts.
Well, we started video back in 2008, and actually started it because we were getting a lot of feedback from our clients and saying, wow, you guys are so professional, you do such a great job. But after the transaction, we didn't have as many personal ways to connect with our client other than face-to-face and phone calls. And I said, how can I leverage this with, in our 33 Touch, another touch that we can put in there to supplant, you know, an email or a direct mail piece. And I'm very budget conscious as well. We operate on a really, really tight P&L. So I said, maybe we could try video. And so we started with that and created some videos about our team. You can find them on YouTube, but there are a lot of video about you know, how much we care about our clients, how much we appreciate them, and we did it in different creative ways. And so my mom, Barbara, is my business partner, and she was such a great sport starting out. We would actually create skits or music videos. And so Barb would always show up, and the only way I could get her to agree to do these videos is if I didn't tell her ahead of time what we were doing, and then she would show up. And it was like, now it's peer pressure, you have to do it, right? So we started out, though, and we would do anything from rap videos to, and imagining my stature, you can imagine how entertaining and great we are at that. But we were really trying to get a rise out of our audience, a rise out of our clients, and what happened is we started averaging 3 to 6 referrals off of each video that we sent out. So now we send them out 6 times a year, and we do a mix between, you know, something silly and kind of funny to then mixing it up with using Animoto, which Adam just talked about a little bit, to create something that looks a little bit more professional. And we mix those in and out, but we can now count on about 20 to 25 referrals a year just off of those 6 videos. It takes us an average of, we do 30 minutes, 3 takes, that's it. The video needs to be short, so it needs to be 1.5 minutes max or less, or you're going to lose your audience. But that's how we started. Then from there, kind of we use video now. You want it to be targeted, right, when you do video. So we use video now for 3 or 4 different reasons. The first one we're going to use it for is lead generation, which is what we're talking about now. Okay, lead follow-up is a part of that too. So if you can't get somebody on the phone via text, via email, try shooting them a video email. A lot of times they'll respond to that because they see you face-to-face. It's harder to say no face-to-face than it is just to delete an email, right? So that's an easy way to get in. The second, though, is then you have getting new clients. You also then, on top of that, have eliminating objections, which we'll talk about some today, right? Adam talked about how great he is at systemizing his presentation, shortening it, perfecting it, make it to where every listing presentation you have is a perfect one. How nice would that be? So we'll talk more about that. And then the last one for us is getting referrals. So we'll go over those 4 in more depth, but that kind of gives you a little bit of an idea of how we started our business.
Thanks, Seychelle. Seychelle did a wonderful video that was featured at Mega at Masterminds with Gary Keller, and it was a Valentine's video, and it's done by Animoto, and you've heard that already. Let me give you that URL. It's Animoto. That's ANIMOTO.com. And what that is it's a free service, or it's a paid service depending on the levels that you want. But it's very inexpensive and it's also free. And what it is it'll take pictures or even video and then automatically translate them and text into a really pretty high-tech, good-looking video. And so you don't even have to have a video camera to use the Animoto. And I watched her video yesterday, the pre-listing video, and this is great because, like Adam said, it was bullet point, 99.8% of sales price sold. You know, you send that out beforehand, before your listing appointment. And like she said, it's your unique selling proposition. Nobody else is doing it, and they're like, wow, this person's got it going on. Wish we were able to do video here so we could give you some examples, but you know, we don't have that capability right now. So
we actually set up, I'm going to have both Adam and Kevin email me some of their favorite videos. So I'm going to give you guys an email address to send an email to. Please put your contact information in there, and we'll respond back to everybody that emails in with samples of all the videos we're talking about today. Does that help? Okay. So the email address I'm going to have you use is info, I-N-F-O, at Van Poole, V-A-N as in Nancy, P as in Paul, O-O-L-E.com. So it's info at vanpoole.com. And I need you to put in the subject line video, okay? And then we'll respond back to everybody with samples of all of our material.
Yes.
Info at vanpoole.com. VANPOOLE.com.
thanks, Kevin. Kevin, tell us how you're generating leads with video.
You know, we've been using videos to generate leads since late 2009. And initially we started using video just to get the word out about short sales to other agents for a training medium. And what we found is quickly that our clients were starting to see these videos on YouTube that we didn't intend our clients to see. And anybody who watched Short Sale Power Hour in the early days knows how, I would say, raw the show was. And but we got a lot of really good reaction, so we started realizing, you know what, if we aimed a few of these videos at our clients, they could start to identify with us before they ever decided if they want to fill out a form. So essentially what we do is we film anywhere from 5 to 10 videos at a time, quick, again, 2 minutes and under. We try to never go over 2 minutes. Just information for clients, for sellers on different subjects within short sales. Specifically, we're using videos and lead generation efforts for short sales. And we're just putting different information out there. We then are asking for a call to action. So we're giving them information, and we'll use different offers, if you will. So we've used things like foreclosure alternative documents, or now we have what we call the shorter stay calculator, which is a free report that we offer to our sellers to let them know when their home will no longer be upside down, which in Phoenix is a long ways away, but we get to show them in time and dollars how long and how much it's going to cost them just by using a simple call to action in all of our videos. So we literally use that call to action in our videos 5 days a week, and those videos then we hand over to our marketing firm, who then goes out and posts them to literally about 300 different blogs. Now they do all that. I don't handle any of the blogging. We make the videos and we hand it over to them. That's something that we leverage out. But we've been very effective with it, and we've stayed committed to it. We can, I would say, on the low side, we've taken as little as 2 listings a month for the last 27 months in a row, and we've taken as many as 8 or 9 in 1 month, wow, just specifically from the video blogs.
Yeah, Kevin's video, of course, he's in Phoenix, short sale capital of the world. But it's really very refreshing, because what we teach in video is that authenticity is much more important than perfection. And I prefer quantity over quality. You can't put out garbage, but what we're saying is the authenticity of him setting up a camera and simply speaking to it as if he's speaking to a client. Think about this, a short sale person who's in trouble, very emotional situation. They can interview him and get the feeling that this guy really wants to help out. I would discourage being too slick and too high tech, because remember, that's what got a lot of people into trouble in the first place, is slick talking mortgage salespersons. I used to be one of them, so I know what it's like, and they don't want the slickness, they want authenticity. It's really especially for social media.
Yeah, you know, they come in, they feel like they already know us, they've got a connection with myself and Fred, and it's just one of the reasons why we chose to go that route, and we actually don't do any editing whatsoever. When I say no editing, I mean 0 editing, and it's 1 take and 1 take only. If we don't get it right, we stumble through it and just keep talking. But that gives us the opportunity to be real in front of these people, and when they come into the office, they feel like they already know us. And if we're wearing shorts and t-shirts to the office that day, which happens like 5 days a week, then they're going to see us like that when they show up. And so if somebody doesn't want to work with somebody who wears jeans or shorts or t-shirts or flip-flops to the office, we let them disqualify themselves before they ever fill out a form on our website. And now I've wasted no time with those people. They haven't taken up any of my time. They watch the video, and we get a comment probably once or twice a month. These videos would be better if you were dressed up. I'm okay with that. I'm glad I didn't have to have a 30-minute consultation with that person.
Yeah, authenticity is big. So, yeah, one of the things that Keller Williams masterminded at Agent Video Council last masterminds was the fact that realtors really think that video is too difficult and it's too tough to get started. So I took it upon myself as a recommendation to do a video quick start guide. And you can get that downloaded for free from videoquickstartguide.com. It's also on my little postcard that I've got out here. They're all over the place. And you can just download that. It's about 25 pages. It takes you through the steps of how to start your YouTube channel. It talks about the 10 different types of videos that make you money, because that's really what it is. It's about helping your clients, getting a relationship with them. So videoquickstartguide.com. We also have Daniel, the other Daniel from Maps in the back of the room. We found there's Daniel in the back from Maps, and what we're doing, Keller Williams International is doing a 16-week Maps video fast track program, which starts on March 14th. And what that's going to do is it's going to take you through 16 weeks of, you'll know exactly what I do, what these guys do, and I'll hope to have you as a guest on the webinars. It'll be webinar format and best practices. And so one of the things that you're going to find in this video panel with these mega producers here, humbly with these top agents, is the variety of how they use video in different ways. And one of the things that Adam and Seychelle and Kevin was talking about were we're getting your videos of your processes, like an operations manual or showing your team off. And that's something that I'd like to feel like a comment. It's something I haven't even started yet, but I think it's great.
Yeah, if I could jump in on this, because this is literally something we're doing right now. So we just hired an operations manager, or we call him a team leader, for our real estate team in the last couple of weeks, and we just started in the middle of January. And so we moved over. We've got a floater on the team. We've kind of got a utility player. It's actually my business partner's little brother who's been with us from day one. And he has literally started to go through and document every single process we have in our business using the screen capture on his Mac computer. So he just goes through, he literally talks you through how to enter a listing. So we've started incorporating more virtual assistants into our business. And that's where it started is, hey, we had it on paper, but you know what? Let's actually show it how it goes. Instead of having screen prints, let's take it to the next level. So we've got a private YouTube channel just for our team. And so when we need to train a team member on how to do a specific task, it could be creating a virtual tour, or it could be putting a listing to the MLS, or setting up a file in our SureClose system, or how to send in a short sale package. Anything and everything you can think of, we have documented on video with voice instruction as he's going through it. Very, very detailed, and it's been amazing. And I can't wait to finish out the rest of the business, because just the, 20 videos or so we have now have already helped immensely and helped our newest virtual assistant get up to speed within literally a matter of days.
And another key to that too as well is if you want to start growing a team, like if you're an individual agent now and you're like, okay, well, where do I start? How do I grow a team? Start documenting everything for a lot of particular reasons. So if you have an assistant, the odds are that you're going to lose somebody on your team or you're going to let somebody go. So think about how long it takes to train somebody for your investment alone. So if you're having somebody that is literally documenting everything they do on a TV, when they come in there for the first week, okay, what am I going to be doing? You're going to be watching the video, and you're going to be getting down the process for everything you do. We launched a team in Portland, Maine last year. One of the things we're doing is we have VAs as well too, and every single thing that we've done in our systems that we've refined and tweaked, we put onto a larger platform so people can access that at any point in time, so that I'm not getting phone calls, or EA's not getting phone calls, or a client experience manager isn't getting phone calls, because the the average phone call interrupts somebody for 15 minutes. So how do you stay focused when you're receiving all these phone calls in there? So it's a great way to leverage and grow your business by systematizing every single thing that you do in your office. Literally everything from how do you answer your phone, because that really makes a big difference, to how do you reply to an email that comes in from an agitated seller. You know, we even doing things of what to expect next with sellers. So as a seller goes under contract, a video goes out to them that basically says, okay, what to expect next. Because once you go under contract, what do they want to know? Well, what's next, right? So we tell them in advance they're going to be sending an email automatically that goes out to them and says, okay, this is the next steps. These are the people that are going to be in contact with you. So as you start to grow and leverage yourself, you're not the one being pulled into the transaction. Really the only thing that I'm doing in Vermont right now is negotiating deals, and then once it goes under contract, it gets turned over to a system.
I think on top of that, just so you all know, if you haven't used it and you have a PC instead of a Mac for your screen capture, there's a product you can download for free called Jing, J-I-N-G. And if you just go and type in Google Jing Project, again, it's J-I-N-G and then project, you'll find a free download where you can actually do up to 5 minutes of video capture for free, and it can syndicate to YouTube and everything else, but it's really simple and easy to use. So wanted to make sure you knew about that. I think too, you know, what you hear both from Kevin and from Adam, and what I would reiterate as well, is one of the beauties of video is it eliminates so many duplicated processes. Right? Anytime you're doing something, whether it's a new technology you're using, or whether it's learning how to pull comps, or whether it's learning how to pick up the phone, or whether it's doing a pass-off, or you've been working with a team member and now you're introducing a new team member working with them, right? That's all something that you can facilitate with video. When we do from a listing, once the listing agent has negotiated that contract, there's a video that goes out that our transaction manager goes, "Hey, I'm Kristen. You're working with me now. Please don't call Marie. She's the seller's, and she's probably sitting in their house. So call me. We're going to work with you, get you taken care of." But all of a sudden, that personal connection is there. And we don't get to do that through email, right? That's something that's lost in the art of email. And in phone, it's so hard to get that across. So when you can use video that's short, sweet, remember, it doesn't have to be perfect.
And so how much money does it cost for all the videos that you've incorporated?
Nothing. It's nothing.
Free.
It's my favorite word, free. Yeah. It's absolutely free. And so you look at that, whether you're starting out with an individual agent, you're wanting to grow a team, you're wanting to streamline your business, or you're really high producing, doing a lot more business than we are, you know, video really is an amazing tool to help you leverage your time, and you can't put a price on that.
So Kevin, we'd like to get that private channel that you've got. What's that URL for YouTube?
I gotta be honest, I don't even know what it is off the top of my head. But I tell you, I'd be willing to share a video with you guys. So that'll be one of the examples that I give to Seychelle when you send her the email for the example. So I will give out one example of that.
One of the things about this panel here is take this information. We all have our YouTube channels, and you're allowed to copy this stuff. That's the whole idea, it's not some secret thing that we want. We want you to take this information, copy it, because we want to see you more successful. And once again, video is that personal touch, and you're seeing the cutting edge. I haven't even done my process. We did our first how-to video was how to set up a YouTube channel. And so, but now we've got so many websites and blogs and everything like that. Like he said, we don't even know who handles it by the time. So if we systematize it and put it in a system that can be repeatable, that's going to save you a lot of time and effort and money. And Seychelle and everybody's talked about video email, so I'd like to talk a little bit more about video email and how you incorporate that.
The other key too thing is also from a time management perspective. We send out a lot of videos. Everyone's panel does, and people come up to me all the time and say, "Well, how do you have time to send out all these videos?" I lost the login to Facebook on my phone, and I didn't even know what my password was to get in. So I mean, I don't do any of those videos. I mean, I have an EA that handles all my social media aspects. So if somebody says, you know, what is my EA going to do when I hire them? That's a big question. Well, all your social media for one. I mean, literally, when you create one video, you shoot all the videos for the week. You typically, that's what I do on Monday mornings, and so and she has them, and now it's just a system that goes out. So it really takes you about 2 hours a week to do all the videos that we're going to do, and somebody else handles that. And she has an assistant in the Philippines that helps out a lot once she's trained her. But video emails is like I said, is great. We originally I was doing a pre-listing email video using a service called Kaufmann, but don't write that name down because they've switched their service and I don't really like them anymore. But they used to be able to do it. What happened is we just basically say, hi, this is Adam Hergenrother with Keller Williams Realty, the Hergenrother team. I understand you're coming in tomorrow at 10 o'clock for a private marketing consultation. I'm really looking forward to meeting you. I'm sure you have a lot of questions about the programs we have to offer. And one of the things that we're going to be discussing is our internet marketing platform and how we're able to attract hundreds of buyers every single day to take a look at your home. So really excited, looking forward to this, and meeting you tomorrow at 10. Slow it down, but that's basically what it goes. And we used to send that out, and that works really well, but the problem is we get 2 or 3 calls a day for listings. I was spending a lot of time, interrupted time, having to go and shoot these videos to make sure they got back in. So when I saw Seychelle's posting in this group, I was like, what a great idea that was. And all the things that we're sharing here, at least for me, I didn't have an original idea since I got into real estate. And that's all right. But you just got to copy everybody else that's out there. And,
you said there was a great idea that Seychelle had.
yeah, I was getting to it.
That's the Animoto video.
Yeah, the Animoto video. So what I did is instead of doing a personalized message to everybody, I switched it to a 2-minute video that's canned, but it's just through Animoto. It's free. It's got like 99.9% list to sell ratio. Whatever it is, you just find your features. You can use like a particular county, a particular town that you want to set it up to. So when you send it, you can have one for each town. So you can say, okay, our average sales price in Colchester is 101%. So it's like it's a home in Colchester that you're listing. Send that one out there. Be creative. So you set these videos up so that you can target the person that you're making sure that you're going after. And then they go into a system. So as soon as we get that lead that comes in and they fill out their intake form, the appointment set, that email gets sent automatically with instructions. And then when we get there, I always ask everybody, did you get our email? And they said, yes, it was awesome, we can't wait. And literally, it's a slam dunk at that point in time. It's like having a great A buyer coming in there and just wanting to work with you because they know you, they've seen everything, and you're being different. You're separating yourself from everybody else that's out there.
So I'll tell you guys what was in that video if that helps. There were 2 reasons. Always start your videos and say, what do I want to accomplish? With this video, there were 2 things. The first was, I was having where occasionally an agent would get into a listing appointment before I would and try to get listing paperwork signed. And I don't really like that. So the first was, I wanted this video to be something where they were like, wow, that other agent didn't do that. I at least have to meet with her, right? So that was the number 1 reason. But the number 2 reason is that I have a listing agent that started with us about 9 months ago. She's been on our team a really long time, but it's different when you move from buyers to sellers. And having an advertising background, I wanted to make sure that everything we do on marketing was not lost in the translation. And so this cuts about 15 minutes out of our listing presentation, which is fabulous, but it also then accomplishes that at least we have to meet with them. So here's what we put in. The first is you guys got to use a lot of cool music. You want a song that's going to be catchy, that's upbeat, none of this like wah wah, right? Do something that's going to be fun, okay? The second is keep it a minute and a half or less. I try to keep this one around like a minute, 15 minute, okay? And here's what we put in. We put in our stats. So our listings sell for 99.6% of list price. We sold however many homes we sold last year. If you haven't sold that many yet, use your market centers numbers, okay? Remember, it's a team effort here, right? We have an unusual statistic in that we actually go after multiple offers with our listings. So 83% of our sellers get multiple offers. So we put 83% of our sellers get multiple offers. Would you like that to be you? Question mark. Okay, so you're trying to get a response, get some interaction going. And then from there, to personalize it, we keep saying we look forward to meeting with you, excited to talk about your home, right? Because then you can send that out to anybody, right? So that's kind of how we started that. And then we put a lot of pictures in of, virtual photography, virtual tours, professional photography, staging, anything you do for marketing. Your home will be featured on X number of websites. Put in some things that are going to set you apart that you know your competitor's not going to do. And then you've got your little video. And it's really easy using Animoto. I think it took me 5 minutes to do this, guys. So it's not a difficult process at all. And it was really, really clean, really simple. We've had a really good response out of it from sellers.
Well, we stole it too. I almost kept Seychelle's video in her face in there. She's much better looking than I am.
She's like 3 times smarter than the rest of us too. So. No, that would take 20 minutes at least for me. So, you know, for the clients, what we've started doing is we've incorporated video newsletters, so we don't have a written newsletter any longer. For us, it was just boring and never felt good sending it out, and quite honestly, we just never sent it out. And so it forced us to just put it into our video schedule. And so something I want to point out that Adam said that very subtly is that he time blocks for his videos, which is something that Fred and I do too. We consider it lead generation. So it is time blocked. It is not something that we miss. It happens either on Tuesday or Wednesday morning in our office. And for instance, while being out of town this week, we filmed for 2 weeks the other day. We shot 16 videos, you guys, in about an hour. It doesn't have to take long. It doesn't have to be overthought. It just has to be Seychelle made a great point. What am I trying to convey here? Or what process am I trying to get rid of? Fred and I started documenting a lot of things in our business in 08 and 09 by asking ourselves a simple question is, hey, we want to answer whatever this person's question is before they ever ask us. So that's why we went to an online system for our short sales. And so we've just done the same thing with videos. How can I answer questions before they ever get asked? When you do that, for whatever reason, the clients will absolutely fall in love with you because they're never wondering about what's going on. They're fully informed. And video just gives us another more personal way to do that. It's one thing to do it in writing or to have a system to log into, but now when they get to see your face or something that you've done personally for them, they fall in love with it.
Is this direct email or is it broadcast?
We'll cover that in a second.
If you want to really have some fun too, on Facebook, we filmed one video that we use for all of our clients when we get an offer, and it's like 5 seconds, and we put it up on their Facebook page, and it just says, guess who just got an offer on their house? Like that, and that's it. But they see it on Facebook, all their friends see it before we present the offer, and we're getting referrals out of it. It's great.
That's great.
That's awesome.
You know, Kevin covered a lot there, and Seychelle, that was awesome. One of the things that Kevin covered a lot here was that video newsletter and blogs, and I want to give you a couple quick clues what you can use. You can do a newsletter simply by sitting in front of your webcam and taking the latest news out of the newspaper and actually reading it. Hey, here's the latest stats for our area, and just reading it. It's okay to read the newspaper like you're talking to your client. And then you can also then take that video and give it to your virtual assistant or go to iDictate. You can send it to them and they can transcribe your video so that now you have all the information. Not only do you have video for your blog, but you now have all the text there. And so iDictate.com may not be the cheapest, or if you have an assistant, you can have it transcribed. And that's a really good way to create content really quickly. In fact, we'll be putting this with permission of Keller Williams International, putting this session up. You can see these video cameras up. So you guys don't have to write all the notes and remember all this. We'll have it on our channel. So just keep it. It should be up by tomorrow. My channel is youtube.com/Renner, my last name, Renner Realty. And that's the channel that has the 8 million views. It's youtube.com/Renner, RENNER, Realty, all one word. Okay? So, and we also talked about, Kevin, you're the biggest blogger here, so tell us what you do.
I would love to do that. Can I add in real quick something on the newsletter?
Yeah.
Just something that we've done. We've started, we like to name some of our clients, thank them, like whoever sent us the most referrals that month. We've done that. I got to tell you, that made one of the very special, like past client follow-up calls even better. So when you're touching base with these people, we had this one couple that we sold their house, and they probably sent us 5 or 6 referrals in the last year. And so we thanked them one month in our video newsletter because they'd sent two referrals that month that listed with us. And we just mentioned their name in our video. Well, one of their coworkers was one of the people that had been referred to us, and they watched the video first, and they went down the hall and said, "Did you watch Kevin and Fred's video yet? Your name's in it." And they freaked out. They loved it. They were so happy about it. I mean, talk about being top of mind.
One of the things that we teach, I'll be doing a breakout tomorrow at 3 o'clock in the technology room. We'll be talking about the 10 different kinds of videos. I'll tell you The best video that you can do, that's easiest and the most powerful, is a testimonial video. A testimonial video is where you're sitting at the closing table and they got the keys and they got the pen and they just put their check across the table and they're happy. Use your iPhone or your Droid phone or your flip cam, take a quick testimonial of them, they're smiling, and it takes you, what, 5 minutes? And just legalese too, we're going to talk a little bit about legalese. Make sure that you just ask them permission if I can put this on YouTube, and that's all you need.
In writing.
Well, if it's, in writing, or if it's them talking and saying, yes, you can put it on YouTube, that's about as good as it gets. And we had the question, before we get too far, is about the email service. And you touched, Adam, on what happened with the comment 5, don't write that down, because they were really good. But now, there's I think only one video email service that's here at Family Reunion, and it's BombBomb. That's B-O-M-B, B-O-M-B. And you can get their affiliate, you can get the site buybombbomb.com, B-U-Y BombBomb. They have templates already made up with Keller Williams on it, so it doesn't get any easier than that. And the reason is, on video email, if you try to just use your webcam and send a link, videos are too big. And you can do a 10 megabyte, 20 megabyte video, and it's going to clog up their email. So that's why you want to use a server that you pay very inexpensively. It can be either iJot, which is also free, or BombBomb, like I said. And that way you can send it out, and it can also set up drip campaigns and autoresponders, and that's what was good about the former service. Adam, tell me about your drip campaigns, video drip campaigns.
Sure, absolutely. I mean, we use a company now. It's called Infusionsoft. It's a little bit more expensive, and you really don't need it unless you're getting into elaborate pricing things and stuff. But essentially, we do a lot of video, email drip campaigns and automatic responders as well too. So people do send it back instead of getting, just a thank you for your email that everybody else gets with a bunch of language in there. We just do a short little. It's like 5 seconds. It's just like Seychelle said, but I'm just not as attractive as she is. But it's just like, hi, thank you for your email. Really appreciate your response. We'll get back to you within 4 hours. And we also give assistance for how to get back to people as soon as possible as well too. So that's the key. If people get that, and if there are other agents, there are other inspectors, appraisers. Think about all that stuff that takes time throughout your day that you do. And if you just say, okay, for closed transactions, contact this person. I'd say the best thing that I actually ever did was put a response up on my email that basically says I check email once a day between 11 and 12. And I know that sounds a little ridiculous, and frankly, a lot of my competition on the area is like, how can you do that? How can your clients be happy? Well, for one, we set the expectations for clients of what they're going to be expecting. But two, most importantly, we have a team so that every single person, our clients are actually getting a lot better service, and they don't really want to talk to me for closing because I don't even know what's going on. So it's the real reality is you want to have somebody that's there that knows exactly what's going on and get back to them in 3 seconds. So if you set up the systems in place, every single thing goes into a streamlined fashion, so your clients are taken care of 100%, a lot better than it would be directly from you.
Yeah, that's excellent. Yes, ma'am.
Is that a motto that's different than iJot?
iJot's used as a video email service. That's different than Animo. Animo is used to create videos very easily. And we'll talk about that in the Fast Track program. Most new computers have Windows Live Movie Maker. And most of the editing services that are already on your computer. And if you have an iPad, you can get the Apple version of iMovie. Very easy to use. In fact, you can make videos directly from that and through that editing program. Now, YouTube actually has a video editor that's already on. We had a guy from our market center who took my advice, went out and shot an iPhone video. He uploaded it to YouTube and used their editor to be able to make it. It's not the greatest editor, but it's there. It's free, and he was able to get a $600,000 sale because he sent that out to his client, and they were like, "Wow, that's the first time anybody's ever done that. Thank you so much."
So he edited it on YouTube, and then he was able to send it out to the client, let's say via an email.
Yes, you can send a link.
And then it didn't clog up the client's
Correct.
email.
That's a little extra step. If you don't want to do video email service, you can just upload your video to YouTube and then send them the link, and then that saves the time. Yes, sir.
Ken, could you ask the panel real quick how their emails are displaying on their client's desktop when they open the email? Is it a link or is it a screenshot or what it is?
Such in the mood.
Back on. So, go ahead. Who'd like to respond to that?
I'm sorry, did you?
Yeah.
I was checking our lights.
When the client opens this email, what do they see on the body of the email? Do they see a link? Do they see a picture with an arrow on it? Or
You know, we're not doing anything very high tech with that. We take a screenshot and we put a picture. It's a JPEG, so it looks like the video's embedded, but it's not. It's a hyperlink to the YouTube link. So they click the picture, which they think they're just pressing play. It takes them right to the link, as opposed to just putting a link in there, because then they know they're going to an external website. It just pops up for them.
One thing too, by the way, everybody that entered the drawing, and we'll get the rest of the cards that didn't get to enter the drawing for the camera, we will email you a playlist of this video presentation, okay? So we'll promise to email all this so you don't have to remember it all, and you're welcome to use it, repeat, rinse, repeat. That's what I always say.
The reason why Comment 5 is so powerful is because you can actually open up the video what's inside the message. Because I hate taking our clients and having it go to another page. Because then, honestly, even the half a second that it takes to get over there, like, I'm done. You know, they just walk away. So Infusionsoft is one of the companies that allows to do that, and I think BombBomb actually does too. You can incorporate that.
Yeah, the reason why we're talking about Comment 5 is really powerful, but they changed their platform, and so it's really archaic email, and it's really. I don't want to bag on any service, but it's been very frustrating to use it. So we just use the services that we've been talking about here. I think you'd be much more satisfied with it. Does anybody else want to talk any further about how easy it is to make video?
Yeah. Sorry. Seychelle and I will argue for the money going down the line. So sometimes you got to hit me.
What kind of equipment do you use?
Exactly. You know, it's really simple. We use like a $79 HD Logitech camera. And if everybody sees, I have this plant in the background that's literally, I kind of make fun of it sometimes because I'm sure you guys have seen this plant grow in my background, because literally, sometimes people overthink these things. I don't know if anybody's in Quantum Leap yesterday. It was Gary who talked about that painter that was up there, about how, the first time it took him forever to paint these beautiful paintings that he had, but now he paints like 100 in a day or something like that. And so the cool thing is you can literally, you just got to start doing it. People are like, well, what do I say? Just get out there and say something and send it to your mom and see what she thinks. I mean, you got to do something to get out there and get excited and get yourself in front of that camera. And then as practice goes, every day you do one, pretty soon you'll be able to go in there. And, like Seychelle said, and like Kevin just said, he shot 16 in 2 hours, and they're probably awesome. And you can do that, but it doesn't just come in the first time. The first ones I did, I was like embarrassed to send them out. But the funny thing is nobody sees the embarrassments. They get it and they're like, oh, that was really good. You're like, really? I thought it sucked. But, it's just amazing how that's very, very simple. You just have to take action.
Yeah, that's really important. The thing about one of the things you want is social media quality is different than professional quality, and so social media quality has that authenticity. I'll give you another quick clue on how to make a lot of videos very quickly, and that's maybe a 15-minute video that you do. You then slice it up into 15 one-minute videos. Like, for instance, I have one that's called Austin Staging Tips. And of course, I walked through this house and took all the staging tips of this really well-done little house of all the things. It was like HGTV all over, And so then I took that 15-minute video and I'm like, wow, no one's going to watch a 15-minute video. So I sliced it up into, here's the kitchen, here's the living room, here's how they did the bathrooms, here's what they did renovation-wise. And that way, we'll get SEO in a second, you're able to tag it differently and appear in different places.
I think too, a lot of people say, well, I don't have someone that can come run around with me and video me. It literally, you can get a tripod, tape a couple poles to it, hold it out there, and do the video, or just set it on a table, come run in front of the camera and do your video. I think we all have probably done that a million times, and even shown ourselves turning it on, running around, and then sitting down. So it really doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be great. People appreciate that you're real, that you are who you are, and if you can have a little bit of fun with it, I think the clients appreciate that too, because that's why they're hiring you, is for you. So show them that and embrace it.
And what kind of equipment do you use, Seychelle, for your...
We're still old school. Poole. We still have a flip cam that we bought 3.5, 4 years ago. I
Oh,
wouldn't
little
even
flip
make
cam.
those anymore. So, I mean, I would get the Kodak Easy Share would do it.
We still use our Kodak ZI-8 that we bought in 2009. It cost, I want to say like $150 at the time, and still using the exact same one. We actually went out and bought 2 more for different parts of our area, our areas of our business right afterwards. But Fred and I have one. It's literally the same exact camera that we've shot, I mean, hundreds and hundreds of hours now at this point. We have a tripod that it will get up to about, I don't know, a couple feet tall, so we can stand in front of it if we like. For the first year, we did the somebody turns it on and then runs in front of the camera thing. And if anybody ever has seen Short Sale Power Hour, you know exactly what I'm talking about. And then one of us would have to go turn it off. And then we bought this really amazing $9 horrible remote control that takes no fewer than 7 clicks to get it to turn on or off. And, yeah, you'll see. Sometimes we get in under 10 tries, and that's awesome. Some of our videos would actually be under 1:30 if it wasn't for the remote, I think. But it's literally, you guys, it's nothing high tech. If I could give you, because you've mentioned this point, authenticity, a couple times, and I'm just going to stand on my soapbox for a second about that. Guys, pick up the book Crush It by Gary Vaynerchuk. If you want to know anything at all about succeeding in using videos, this book, you can read it in literally less than a day. It's like that thick. And it's one of the most informative. It's a guy who's big time social media. He wrote the book by talking just like he would normally talk into a microphone, and somebody transcribed it for him. And it's amazing, and a good portion of it is on video. And if you're worried about Facebook or Twitter or anything else, that'll help you get over those fears as well. But it's really about being yourself, and your clients will connect with that, I promise you. Gary Vaynerchuk. So Gary V.
It was a crusher to pull it up. A funny story about authenticity. Last year I was at night camp on stage with Gary, and I played my pre-listing video. And Gary literally, it must have been the first time he watched it, he turned around and he just goes, "That sucked."
Yeah, they remembered it though.
I do have a technology question.
Yes,
What
ma'am.
about sound? I keep having a really hard time with sound.
Okay, good question. Let's talk about that. He talked about the ZI-8. You'll see the ZI-8 right there that I'm using, and Daniel over there has the ZI-8. Well, unfortunately, Kodak is gone. What? All right. And the other one is the flip cam, which I love because it's no-brainer. One button, turn on, turn off. It's really a no-brainer, and it's all done with USB. There are no more wires anymore. In fact, you can use your Droid phone or your iPhone and upload it wirelessly. So there's no excuse. You upload it wirelessly. So just keep in mind that the technology has gotten so much easier, and it's really, really easy, and it's not expensive. I always talk about if you're getting new into the business, or you're trying to take over somebody else's farm area, what you're going to want to do, YouTube is free. It's a free website. And that's really also, you're going to get huge SEO, and we'll get into that in a second, is the video marketing. How do you get your videos out to the world? It doesn't do any good to have a video and have 3 people and your mom watch it. So let's talk a little bit about the video marketing.
Can I ask, if you have any tech questions, ask your teenagers. And I'm not kidding, guys. They all know how to do it. And if you've got early 20-somethings at home, ask them. Or ask an agent in the office. It's very simple. It's scarier than it really is. It takes you less than 2 to 3 minutes to figure it out once you just do it.
Download this free video quick start guide, and that'll take you right through it. videoquickstartguide.com.
The other thing you can do, since we're talking, tech tips here for 2 seconds, a lot of computers now have a little camera built into your computer, right? We went to Fry's or Best Buy, bought a tiny little bitty microphone we plugged into the audio outlet, and I clip it right here, and we go to town. So if you don't even want to go invest in a camera and your computer has that, you could go do that, hit record on your little, QuickTime or whatever it is you're using, and record it that way too, and you bought a $5 mic, and that works also.
Does that microphone work with cameras? I'm not afraid for cameras.
Let's answer that question about.
As long as it has an audio output, you can plug it in.
Yeah.
Just make sure, it depends on the camera. Flip cam, no. The Kodak, yes.
Yeah, if you can get an external mic jack that you can use with one of these microphones, that's very helpful. And of course, you're also dealing with wind sometimes, that kind of messes up your... So, sometimes I just sit in my car instead of standing out in front of it, and that way you can get the go ahead.
Max Bickman yesterday at Realtor.com's presentation introduced a product that's coming out in March, and it's like a robot that follows you, and you have a microphone on you, and then this robotic thing is moving, and it's got the ability to capture 30 feet of movement, if you will. It's coming out in March, and it's called SWIVL.
SWIVL.
Basically what she said is what it does is it hooks onto you, and it's almost like a little magnet. And so wherever you walk, the camera walks. So that way if you're animated like me, you walk around a lot, when you talk, I'm talking on the phone, and the camera's going to follow you. It's just making it even more personal. It's really neat.
Let me tell you what the future of where video is going. The future of video is going live streaming. So you're going to be able to walk around with your camera and stream it live to your client's camera, their computers. In fact, you can go to ustream.com and you get free streaming. We did this for our presentations, our live presentations. We actually stream it live. We had 99 people in the room. We had 35 people streaming it live. So that's where the future of video is going. I sold a house to a lady who worked for Cisco. And I said, why did you kill the flip? That's the flip cam, that you see. And why didn't you just sell the company? Because they paid $500 million for the flip cam. And she said, we want to keep the technology because streaming is the future, and the way the flip cam's editing is and the technology is going to be very conducive to streaming.
And what you can do really easily too is you want to do buyer presentations, not to a particular client, but to get a bunch of buyers, send it out on social media, all the things you're doing to, and just say, hey, I'm holding a buyer presentation for first-time home buyers at 5 o'clock. Please log into here. It's a great idea to do. And just, when you get on there, I don't care if you have 2 people on there or you have 150,000 people on there. You say, wow, we have a packed room today. I'm really excited about this. Please share some things coming on there. Make it seem like a bunch of people on there. If you get 1 or 2 buyers from that, it maybe, it took you half an hour, 45 minutes to do it.
Before we open it up for questions, I want to talk about one of the things that's probably of interest for everybody in this room, and that's search engine optimization when it comes to video. And let me just make a comment here. Google, the #1 search engine in the world, owns YouTube, and Google is much more apt to feature a video on the first page of your search engine results than trying to rank a website. Remember, those little thumbnails are irresistible for people to click on. And people are 2 more times likely to click on a video thumbnail in a search result than they are reading a text. If you're competing against, like I'm in a high-tech town like Austin, you're competing against some of the best SEO experts, search engine optimization experts in the world, and they're now real estate agents, and they do very well. But I could go in the video and have a much better chance of being able to get in front of them, and that's using the right key, the right title. The first 20 to 25 letters in the title of the video is where you're going to get your best SEO. There's also tags. Okay, so when you title your video, make sure it has those things that you're right at the first that you're trying to get ranked on the search engines. Let's say it's a subdivision. So I have Avery Ranch is my big subdivision in Austin that I use. So every video I do has Avery Ranch. It could be exemplary schools. It could be the golf course because it's got a golf course. So make sure you title it right, and then make sure you tag it right. Down when you're uploaded to YouTube, there's a place for you to put tags. Can you guys tell us about how your SEO has worked, your search engine optimization?
Ours has been amazing. I mean, literally, one of the steps I didn't share with you that our business marketing partner does is they take our videos. They actually also transcribe them. So they take 1 video a day and they blast it out to 300 or so different blogs with video and with text. So that way, we knew at the time was coming when the search engines would pick up the speaking, the words, the verbal on the videos, but we wanted to make sure that we weren't missing anything. So we've got a full-blown written description below on all of our blogs. And it's really what it's about. SEO is more about being consistent and using your keywords over and over and over and over again. And you guys start today or start tomorrow or Thursday whenever you get home, and then time block it and don't stop. And over time, your SEO will just do nothing but continue to grow. No matter what the next cool thing is, no matter what the next technology thing is to come out, yours will continue to grow as long as you stay consistent with it. And so for us, I think the biggest thing it's done is helped us move up in the rankings, and I shared with you some of our results earlier, is because we've been consistent with it and we've utilized the SEO portion of the video. We don't just make a video, but there's written text in it, we tag it as well. And again, that's not something that Fred and I spend all of our time doing. We outsource that. I want to say the last thing, because this is a class about lead generation using video, is have a call to action. So it's one thing to have a video for, processes, and all those things are great. We're all excited about that. But this is a class on lead generation, and when you're generating leads, you need to be able to capture information. So have a call to action, meaning have something to offer those people who are watching your video for the first time, who don't know who you are. So for us, it's, hey, get your free shorter stay calculator report from us. And we've used different call to actions in the past. Have something that you're willing to exchange them for their information. Because after all, the whole point of the video is to get a lead, right?
Yeah, ask them to call you or however you want them to contact you. Make sure you put that call to action in every video that you do, and even put it in the text and in the description. You want to put your website and a phone number in the description of the video so that every time that they bring it up, there it is, and they can click on the description. They can click right on the website and take it to a landing page like I've seen Kevin do. And then also, if you have your phone number, it also will pick up that in the search engines along with your name. So it's, once again, getting to the top of the search engines can be no easier than just putting it on YouTube and titling it right.
Can I ask a question? When you say you're sending it out to all the blogs, are these your blogs or other people's blogs?
These are our blogs.
When you talk about transcribing,
Speak up, please.
when you talk about transcribing, do you transcribe the whole content, or do you give it like a little paragraph?
So her question was on transcribing. Do we transcribe the entire content or just a paragraph or two? Again, our videos are very short, so it's not very long. It's probably 3 or 4 paragraphs. So we do transcribe the entire thing, and we have a system, if you will, or our marketing company has a systematic way of taking that content and making it unique to all 300 different blogs that we use. And again, that is not our area of expertise. We hire that out. That is fully leveraged. We just create the content, and they go out and make it work on the internet. And it's pretty cost effective. So we don't spend more than $1,200 a month on it total. And like I said, for 2 to 8 listings, that's almost free.
iDictate.com is very inexpensive. You can probably find cheaper transcribing services than that. So, go.
What's a thumbnail?
A thumbnail. If you ever go to a search engine and you dial in Google your search engine, there will be a little square that looks like the size of a stamp, about the size of your thumb, that has a picture of the video that you could potentially be watching. Let's go ahead and open up for questions. Yes.
You said you have 300 blog sites. Are they just like WordPress based?
They're all WordPress. Every single one of them.
And do you name each one differently?
Okay. Her question. Hold on a second. I'll repeat the question for you. But her question was, are they all 300 blogs? Are the actual blogs? Are they WordPress? Are they different platforms? And what was the second part of that?
Are they all named differently?
Are they all named differently? Yes. So one of our strategies is what we call long tail. So if you ever been in any Ben King's class, he's talked a lot about the long tail search. And I would highly suggest you, if you want more information on long tail, go get that information. It's out there. So we have 300 different unique URLs. As an example, and I'm making one up. I don't know if this is one of ours or not. It could be paradise-valley-short-sale.com or .info or whatever the case is. But we use our URLs as for keywords as well that we want people to be searching and finding us for. So there are actually 300 different WordPress websites that we post to daily or 5 days a week.
Yeah, it's key too that, like Kevin said before, he outsourced everything. I really have no idea what we do for SEO, to be honest with you. I just know that our site, I just know our sites pop up first and every single thing we do. So it doesn't mean you have to be experts in all this stuff. I mean, you literally go what's going to work best for you. And for me, it's building businesses. So it's like you got to, and I outsource that, and we get the top and the best people for that. But just you don't have to do everything. Pick the things that you're really good at, and the things that you're not. That's where you hire to.
Here, you guys, let me just give you a free something on that. So go to shortsalepowerhour.com, shortsalepowerhour.com/ninja, NINJA. shortsalepowerhour.com/ninja. It's probably a 50 to 60 minute webinar that our marketing company did for us that explains what they do for our blogging efforts. They help a lot of, I'm sure that actually I know for a fact, they help some of you in this room. And it's very effective. And it's been effective for us for 2+ years. So check it out. It's not a sales pitch on there. They're literally just explaining what they do. So you could go, Jonathan Osmond does this all manually. He does something very similar to us. He does it manual, whereas I have it automated. So you can choose to do it yourself, and you can get all the information on this quick webinar. It's about an hour at shortsalepowerhour.com/ninja. If you have any questions about that, come up and talk to me after the panel, and I'd be happy to share with you.
Okay, yeah, once again, we have the breakout session I'm teaching tomorrow is at 3 o'clock. It's going to be in the technology room. And that will be enhance your online presence with dynamic videos. And we're going to give away 2 video cameras there, and you can enter in that drawing. It doesn't cost you anything. Just by texting video to 88,000, text video, the word video, 88,000. That will enter you in the drawing whether you're here, whether you go to that meeting or not. And also, once again, get your video quick start guide. If you really want to get into video, the whole thing from start to finish, and really start your technology, I encourage you to see Daniel in the back of the room for the MAPS Fast Track that starts on March 14th. And that will be a 16-week course that you're going to have more about video than you'll ever want to know.
Do you have a question?
Yeah, this is for you. I don't remember your name, I'm sorry.
Okay.
You said that you had 8 million views. I know that they have websites where you pay them to increase your views. Did you do that, or did you raise all those views on your own?
The question is, how did I get 8 million views? Well, first of all, I started in 2006, so that helps. Views to get views. So if you can get a video going and people watch it, more people are more apt to watch it. I've got 10 different marketing concepts that I use that will help you with that. There's one simple thing. You can send out a video email, or you can send out a video e-flyer. You know how inexpensive those e-flyers we send to I sent one to Houston, Dallas, and Austin, the whole state of Texas practically. And there was a video that was embedded there. As soon as they click the e-flyer, it would open up the video, and then they'll get my play. So there's all kinds of techniques that we use to be able to generate those views. And yes, you can use video SEO, but be careful about using those services that are what we call proxy services, because YouTube will shut you down if you're trying to get around the system. Any more questions? Yes.
You've been using video for recruiting other agents?
Yeah, good question. Adam, want to answer?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm the OP of our market center.
The question is recruitment of agents through video.
I'm the OP of our market center, and we do a lot of that stuff. My TL and I get together, and we send out videos, drip campaigns, series of campaigns that go out to other agents, and we do a lot of informative sessions to train agents. We're a small market center, so we have 400 people in our area, and so ours is all about getting a relationship with other agents. So we do a series of training events that we can do online that we send them out to, and if people watch it, they're like, where are they getting the training from? And they come to our office after they've seen a little bit online to have a sneak preview of what we're going to be talking about, and that's really helped a lot with growing the market center.
For agents as well that we had a transaction with that we really like, sometimes you don't, but for the ones we do really like, that we think might be potential team members or good members for our market center, our transaction manager actually at the end of the transaction sends out a little video that says, hey, this is Kristen, just wanted to meet you face to face. It was great to meet with you. Would you like to grab coffee with Seychelle sometime? She's been hearing some really wonderful things about you. And that's how we do recruiting for our team.
And just in general, when you have so much out there, I had actually one of my friends was here. He came from another company, and he came over. He goes, "We just had a team meeting, and we were doing about social media, and you were just up every single place every time we tried to show an example of social media or anything." And so, what do people do with the other brokers in doing that? It's like, where do they want to be? So, just being out there in the field is going to help recruit the best talent.
Yeah, one thing we can do, we're running towards the end of our session here. If you haven't given us your card, Daniel will come around with the bag. We're going to give away this video camera. We'll have Seychelle pull the card out. So please raise your hand if you haven't put a card in the bag. Okay, great, thanks. We'll also send you a link to this video, so this playlist that we're going to have, so you guys don't have to remember. Okay, any other questions we have before we close our session? Yes, sir.
I've seen your hand.
All right, in the back.
Go ahead, what's your question?
Ken, when you're doing the staging, the home tips, you use a flip cam, so do I. It's so dark in the house. Do you have anything to counteract? Are you using a light, or are you backlighting, or what are you doing when you're...
She's talking about the lighting, and that's a whole art, just like the sound and the lighting,
right.
But don't worry about it too much.
It doesn't matter when you're in the house, like who cares?
No.
Just here's the tips.
Yeah, don't worry about it too much.
Hey guys, real quick before you leave, there is in your book, there's a QR code you can scan or surveys that we need you to fill out. Our panel session is number 6A is our panel. If you'll say really wonderful things, that would be great. It's panel 6A is our panel number.
Anything else, the show will find you. Seriously.
We're going to go ahead and give the camera away. We have a video camera giveaway.